Hi, I'm Christina, and I'm a light painter photographer. Shining light where there is darkness.
Hi, I'm Sandra. Hi, I'm Samantha.
And they are my beautiful assistants today. Hello, today I'm going to demonstrate how to use texture. We're going to have 3 different types of fabric. You want to have something that's a little bit sheer, but it does need to have some kind of interesting texture. This one here has a little more of a subtle texture. This particular scarf is from Egypt and it has a very bold gold texture. And we also have here some lace. So we're going to be using all 3 of these to create what I call texture portraits. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate it with full lights on so you can see the process. So first we're going to start by using a fill light. We're going to use a hooded gel to fill in our subject, and then it's also going to imprint the lace pattern on our subject. Remove the lace and then go over and use a flash, and we will press the flash and lock in our model's pose. Then we're going to go in and use a fiber optic. We will have the fiber optic facing the camera, and we will start on one side and just move the fiber optic up and down, wiggle it, jiggle it, do lots of cool stuff with it. You'll start on one side and then you'll turn it off and move to the other side. Once that is done, you will then end your exposure. Now we will demonstrate it in the dark, and this is how it should be done to get a proper exposure. Here's our finished image, and here's a couple different ones that we did from this day. This setup I call our Lensball Portrait, and you use a really cool little glass ball like this to create reflections and very fun portraits. Turn the camera on, set the flash off. Then you're going to go in using a light flute. You're going to make really any kind of pattern you like, but we're doing kind of a circular pattern around the head of our model. And then from here, we're going to then use a fiber optic at the top of the head, and we will drag it down the arms up to the hands. And we'll do this a number of times on each side. So starting on the right, and then we'll move to the left side, dragging the fiber optic up and down, starting at the top of the head, moving down the arms, moving all the way to the hands, and repeating this process a few different times to make sure we have a good exposure. Now we will demonstrate it in the dark, and this is how it should be done to get a proper exposure. Here's our finished image, and here's a couple different ones that we did from this day. And this is our Prism Portrait. It's a very cool little tool. It's made from glass and it does a circular reflection. First you want to clamp it, and you want to use at least 2, and you want to clamp them to a light stand. Make sure that it is vertical. With the light on, you want to center your model in the prism and make sure your model is repeating along the circular edge. First, we're going to demonstrate the process with the lights turned on. So we're going to lock in the pose of our model using the flash. Then we're going to go in with a light flute, and there are various ones you can select from, and you want to use a variety of colors. Then you're going to go and wave the light flute up and down, and be aware of your spatial awareness in regards to where your model is, the camera, and you want to make sure you really fully cover the whole space with the light flute. Now we will demonstrate it in the dark, and this is how it should be done to get a proper exposure. Here's our finished image, and here's a couple different ones that we did from this day. This is our rotation portrait, and this will require at least 3 people. So you'll notice we have our model wrapped in L-wire. She's holding 2 blades. This is going to be our light source, and what we're going to be doing is actually rotating our camera 360 degrees. It's going to have a total of 6 stops as it rotates 360 degrees. And Sam is going to cover the lens and then remove the cover, flash our model, put the cover back in place. I'm going to turn the camera once it's clicked and we've done our rotation. This is going to come down again. We're going to flash, and then that's going to come back up again, and we're going to continue the process 6 times. So here we go. We turn our camera on and come down, and we flash. Rotate, down, flash, rotate. Cover the lens, rotate, cover the lens, rotate, cover the lens, rotate. Now we will demonstrate it in the dark, and this is how it should be done to get a proper exposure. Here's our finished image, and here's a couple different ones that we did from this day. Here is our rotation camera setup. If you want to learn more about how to do this, go to www.lightpaintingphotography.com. There is a video tutorial there that shows you how to set up a rotation camera. Don't forget to like my post and subscribe to my channel, Christina the Light Painter. I can also be found on Instagram at Christina the Light Painter and also on Facebook under Salinas Light Painter. My web address is salinaslightpainterphotography.com.